I would like to repeat a few things that are missing in the Hanacha from the Farbrengen of Shabbos Parshas Vayigash Tov Shin Chof Tes. Actually, before Shabbos, the Rebbe said there won't be a Farbrengen. But L'Peil Mamash, came Shabbos, there was a Farbrengen. And the Rebbe spoke about it. He said that even though he said there won't be a Farbrengen, but the reason he did is Farbrengen is because of a Dover Chodesh, because something new that happened. And the way he explained in the Farbrengen is because Mamish, close to Shabbos, they reached close to the moon. And the Rebbe said that everything that we see in the world, we have to take a lesson in Avodas Hashem. So he wanted to tell us the lesson in Avodas Hashem from that. Also, there was some radio program that happened, and the Rebbe wanted to talk about that. But before that, he said the simple Dover Chodesh, what was there that he did Farbrengen because something new that happened, is because they wrote into the Rebbe a letter asking him to Farbrengen with kindness. And he said that the people who wrote the letter are really not shayches to come with the taine. But there's always a kluginker, some smart aleck, that he put them up to it and asked them to write in with tainus. They on their own would not write it. And he asked them, put them up to it, that they should ask, have tainus. And the Rebbe used the lotion, kriechen in enge Nord, and to climb, stick to a very narrow place. In other words, to have tainus to the Rebbe with something that the Rebbe didn't want to do, you have to have the guts to it. And these are people who did it, but the people who wrote it were not people of that kind. They would not have written it themselves, but with they untergestellt, somebody got them, and the Rebbe called him a kluginker that's ready to kriechen in enge Erter. Later in the Farbrengen, the second Siche, when it says in the Hanacha that explaining why, even though he said before there won't be a Farbrengen and L'Peil change is not called a lie, and he quoted the Rambam, where the Rambam says that if it's a change for the good, it's not called really a change, etc., etc. But really the way he started the Siche was with these words: there will be those who will come with tainus. That I said there won't be a Farbrengen, and L'Peil there was. And then he added that there are always people who have tainus. And therefore, in order to answer those tainus, I'm going to explain with the Rambam and explain the whole thing, and that's not called changing the mind, because for the good, even the Eibishter, if he says something bad will happen, he changes for the good, that's not called changing his mind. Same thing here, the fact that he changed for the better to make a Farbrengen is not called changing the mind. But he started the Sikha by saying that there will be people who will have tainus, because tainus felt kemolish. There's never missing people who is going to have tainus.